Aloha cupcakes. Today we're adding gray because gray is the single most exciting color in the entire spectrum of color of all time. It will amaze you. It will astonish you. It will inspire you to do gray things. Okay, that was bad, even for me. Hold on. So we're using the dragonfly brush again. This thing is probably one of my favorite scrolling brushes, and I almost never scroll. Yet I use this thing most of the time. And like I said, we're using gray because it's literally the most boring color I could possibly find, but it seemed like a decent accent to the green over a black base. Now, the thing about these dragonfly brushes, and the thing that makes me like them so much, one is that they have a bright orange handle. So when it's in my toolbox, I can almost always find it, as opposed to the plethora of black handled brushes that I keep buying so that I cannot distinguish one from another. I think they look cool. And then I put them in the toolbox and I can't differentiate because, smart stuff. Now, one of the little details that I do with these ones, and you might not even be able to see it in this shot, and I'm probably messed up because I'm thinking that this is actually the only camera that was running when I did this. I will eventually learn how to use my secondary cameras better than I do. But what I'm doing is I'm actually outlining my center lines and then just throwing a couple of accents in at very random spots so that I can fill them in as part of the actual design later. Now you'll notice that I am moving at close to the same speed as a mildly sedated tree sloth with a head cold. That's because I'm leaving this video in real time, because I don't think I've actually put one of these together with a real-time clip of me pinstriping. This is the detail about why I use a scrolling brush on leather that needs to be addressed, I guess, because you have to go slower. Otherwise, the paint's not going to adhere to the little pores in all the leather. And yes, you can use different adhesion promoters and hardeners and sealants and all that other fun stuff. But if you do this right this way, and you have a decent amount of hardener in your paint, and you've treated it correctly, which in this case I used denatured alcohol, you can actually get this to adhere correctly the first time around. You just have to go slow. So when you're pinstriping, I don't recommend going this slow, but when you're working on leather, you definitely have to slow down. And, well, the Beastie Boys wrote us a nice song all about it. Now, one of the things, not necessarily with this line here, which we get to wait now, because I'm slow. Well, one of these lines, eventually you'll hopefully be able to see it. What I do with this thing is I stay right on the very tip of the brush and I let it sink in and then just let the brush find its way out. That's how you get the thicker lines that pull into the thinner tips. And I did that a lot with this design. I do that a lot with most of these designs that I've been working on. It adds a little bit of accent to it. Plus, when you're doing the thicker, gloppy paint like I have to with extra hardener and reducer so that it fills into the pores, it makes it look a little bit cleaner. Normally, when you're striping, you want consistency. When you're working with this stuff, consistency is not entirely your friend. Also, it looks cool. So I cut a lot of the video out just because this was taking way too long, even by my standards. So this is what it looks like. It's adorable. Yes, you too can learn how to play with gray all day. Yeah, enough of that. So now that you've experienced a single shade of gray, not 50, not doing, well, kind of doing that, but not doing that because that's the paddles and that's another video. Yeah, I hope it was fun for you. I know it was fun for me. Stay moist, my friends.